stage. There we go. I thought I had. Today is our final day. Christmas is coming, a project a day. So we've made quite a few projects this week, and I hope you've enjoyed them. I know I've enjoyed making them. It's helping me get caught up. One other thing I need to get caught up with is packaging. So we're going to go from kind of small to bigger, and I made a huge one a couple of years ago. So if you need a really huge box, comment below and I'll get that posted. We're going to start with something very simple that you're going to use your scraps with. And you can, this will hold a lot more than it looks. So this is one of those that will hold, because I'm always picking up these lotions, and you've got your hand sanitizer. I like to have those. You know what's funny is it's not that I do hand sanitizers. I use them for cleaning. They clean your mat so good and they smell good. They're not like, So that will go. And then the chapsticks. And then you can put some candy in there. And then you want to just seal it with your little, because it'll get a little chunky. Of course, the more you add, you got to kind of strategically place things. There we go. Maybe chapstick would be too much. But you can make another bag for that and then pop it in a stocking. And at least your stocking, and that's not quite sticky anymore because I've been playing with it so much. But you could put an earring, necklace, anything that you want to just add some extra to. So we're going to start with this one. Then we're going to move up to a bigger one that you can put a handle or not a handle. And actually it will hold the soap if you want to adjust your fold over here. Because these are also nice gifts, and these make really nice neighbor gifts. And then the tags from the paper collection that I'm using all my scraps from on Holly Jolly, these are great gift tags. So I'm cutting all those out today, actually. Oops. And I do like, let me get this. I do like, again, hand sanitizers as gifts. And this, we have these candy, everybody I think does everywhere. Got some suckers. And then you've got this one. Then we've got a bigger one. I'm hoping we can get to this one. We have a bigger one. And this one is going to be a great one. Like if you're going to create a star album. So I wanted to make sure it would fit. So I had to resize it, put some nice paper, crumbly paper in there. That's why it's not sticking. I was resizing. And pop that in there, and you still have some room. You could put some treats. That one, we'll do that one. And then our last one, because these really don't take long. Then our last one is, I'm making these for a special movie night for the grands. They're pretty big. So I need them for movie candy and different things like that. So this one I put a bow so you can do closures. They will have a slit here, and they will hold an awful lot. So we will make that. And that one is made out of cardstock and pattern paper, not just your pattern paper. The other we're just making out of pattern paper. But you can make them with the cardstock if you need a heavy duty one, and then put your pattern paper on. But these are just made out of the paper themselves because as neighbor gifts, I have to make like 15 of them, I think, and I don't want to use my cardstock. It's not that I don't love my neighbors. I do love them, but let me see. I had a bunch of resizing to do. So I got to find all my tutorials for our little bags here. So our mini gift bag. One thing too is finding a paper that you think will work. This one I went with the Santa Clauses and the plaid, because then I didn't really have to worry. You're going to have something upside down. There's nothing you can do about it. Yes, you want to use up your stash big time. But you got to remember, look at your stash when you're looking for coordinating papers, because the backs will go with a lot more than we think. Okay, we're going to start with, and I know this isn't a scrap, because I don't have any more. I've been using them on all of these projects, so I'm pretty happy about that. But we want to cut, and directionally, see, you're going to have some upside down and some right side up. So directionally, I don't really worry about it too much with these little bags. If one side can be used either way, and of course this one is directional. I love this one, but I am going to cut, let's see if this will work. I'm going to cut this one at 9.5. Otherwise I would be cutting it at 7. And then we want it to be 7 inches. And that may not work, but we're going to find out. Before I cut it that way first, but that is okay. And what's nice is we're just going to put this in our scoreboard. So 9.5 by 7, and I'm hoping this is going to come out the direction I want. And we are going to score with the 9.5 inch across the top of our scoreboard at 3 inches. And don't push as hard as you would, as you know, because you will go right through your paper. 4.5. I'm still pushing a little hard. 7.5 and 9, because pattern paper, of course, it's not as heavy, but you guys already know that. And you don't want to stick your foam folder through there, because that would be horrible. Okay, then we're going to turn it. So now our 7 inch is at the top of our scoreboard. We're going to press this way, and we're going to score at 1.5 and 5.5. Score lines are kind of hard to see on this pattern. And I have my, let me tell you what's at the bottom. So the 1.5 is here at the bottom. There we go. This is going to be the closure up here at the top. And this is the bottom of our box. And then this side is where we connect this together. Now, because this is so hard to see, I am going to go ahead and burnish my score lines first. And let me grab my corner rounder so I don't forget. Actually, this paper scores pretty nice. And it is so pretty outside. We got so much snow, and it's still coming down, and I'm so happy. Finally. Okay, now, oh, I did the bottom. I'm going to do the top. The top is the wider part. You'll be able to see that better in just a second. Now you can see that top part. I know, it does mark up. They've changed their printing. They've done something a little different. That's okay. We still love it. Now, down here on the bottom, this little 1/2 inch, we want to take that off. I don't know why I hesitated to say off. Sorry. And then these 2 longer center pieces, keep those square. We're going to miter smaller tabs here at the bottom. Now on this little guy, if you want it to be sturdier and you just want to make it out of your cardstock, and mat it after, because it's going to be pretty heavy. So see, this is going to come together like so. And so we only need one flap to come over, and it's going to be this back flap. I believe I took that one out. We're leaving this one here. So I'm going to cut straight across. This is the end without our score line. Don't round, I mean, don't miter any corners, just go straight. And then this square and the 1/2 inch again. Well, this one I'm going to miter down here because that's my connector. Now leave this one where my thumb is in the center here, kind of in the center, huh? And I'm just going to reburnish. I can't believe how easy this is. Okay, that's what we're looking for. This has a glare on it. And I'm just going to fold my 1/2 inch tab over. Add your adhesive. We'll fold that over. Now, one thing I'm going to do, see this side, it has a little bit of the score line there, so I'm going to just trim that so it'll fit better. Just want to close the tabs. Super, super easy. Yes, use up all those scraps this way. And especially if it's going vertically. So the vertically gave me the pattern I wanted going the correct way. All we're going to do is now squeeze together and pinch, probably a thumb's width from the top. The only thing is, see, my top is upside down, but that's okay. Then what I'll do is just, I kind of line these up for the stockings, for the grands. And then I will have my sticker sheet with what's left over. I won't close them yet, but I have like a stamp. And you can definitely decorate these however. You could even just add some adhesive here, and if you're going to glue it shut and mail it. Otherwise, I'll just pop down a stamp or a sticker from my leftover stickers, and there we go. That is super, super simple. Now, you can use this for gift cards. So just pop your gift card in there. And if you have any of the 6x8 paper pad left over, then you can take the little tiny tags inside of there. I don't think I have one with this one left over. But there's, you know how small they are in the 6x8. Oh, here we go. I do. That was just luck. And I may not have any. Oh, there we go. This is the 6x8 paper pad. These don't have on the back, so you would just put the front and you could hang it there. Super cute. So that is gift bag number 1. Easy peasy. Get those things made and out, and you are going to be way ahead of the game. So our next one, let's go ahead and do, this is about a 4 inches. And again, I did use a little bit more than, there you go, than scraps. But I still consider scraps if you have leftover sheets. So I'm going to go ahead with this one. Now, the thing is, if you do it this way, you're going to have Santa Claus upside down when you bring your decorative piece over. So I'm going to have Santa on the front, and I'll do the plaid on the back. Again, super cute. So we want to cut this. We're going to leave it at 12 inches. Then we're going to cut at 10 1/4. I need more room. You always need more room on a craft bag. We'll save those for later. Okay, so we want to take our 12-inch side into our scoreboard. Swear I don't ever get this cut super square. Hi, Vicki. So this is a project. It's kind of like card making day. You might want to have a package making day if you're needing to make some gift bags. And I've gotten to where I don't buy gift bags because it's just, I have all this around. I just make them to fit. Like I said, I made a huge one a couple of years ago that turned into, remember, I don't know if you guys remember, that was an album, turned in from a gift box. And so it's 12 by, it's huge. That video is on my YouTube if you need something bigger. And it's always fun to have your matching gift bag. So with the bigger one, if I had leftover sheets, I would make it with this to match since it fits in our little bag. So our 12 inches is across the top. We're going to score it 4. I hope my centers go the right way. I should have checked it better. 5 3/4. 9 3/4. He may be upside down, but that's okay. And 11 1/2. I'll blame it on too many spirits he drank. Yeah, I think I should have cut my paper the other direction. That's okay, because then we can do it the other way. Okay, 10 1/4 across the top. Now we're going to score it 1 3/4. So this is the top. Okay, this is where I want you to stop for a minute. If you need this taller, do not, and I do. I'm going to change my score in a minute, but this one was scored at 1 3/4, and it makes our box 7 inches. If you need it taller, like I kind of do with the soap, then you can score it like at 1 inch. So I'm going to go 1 inch, and I'll smooth this one out in a minute. And then 8 3/4. Now that's going to be the bottom. So that top piece, just adjust what you need to adjust for the height of your bag. And this pushes out really easy. All right, let's go ahead and fold. Yeah, see, if Santa Claus will be on the inside upside down again. I just can't seem to get him going the right direction. And the brag book will fit in the next one. So I will see if, I'll grab that G45 again and see if I had any full sheets, because that would be really cute for that brag book. Now we have the 1/2 inch. That's what we're going to connect our bag together. My bottom. So the bottom piece to close our bag measures 1 1/2. Your top, if you measured it at 1 3/4, of course, would be wider. but I need a taller bag, so I'm just doing mine at 1 inch. And actually, that comes to the outside. So when I close up my bag, Santa will be on the outside. It's a really easy peasy. I wanted things that you guys could pop up, get up and just pop them together and be done. So our 1/2 inch tab, and I didn't miter the corners at the top. So we want to take that out, leaving this square. You could also take your border punch across there. It'd be really cute. Now the bottom, we need this. It's over 7 inches section. And we can miter bottom a little bit. Hard to see with the pattern. So that's what that will look like. Now we just want to go, you can go straight up and then miter the sides if you like. I miter and then straight up. I like to make sure I get that score line taken away. So if you need a stronger bag, use your cardstock. And you can also put lightweight chipboard. So if you have scraps, we all have scraps of chipboard. You could cut a 4 by 1 inch piece, or probably 1 3/8 of an inch piece, and put it in the bottom if you need some extra weight. And then you can just mat the outside of the box versus just using cardstock, because it's not meant to hold something super heavy. Okay. Now what I do is I fold the top over, and we're going to burnish this because I don't like to cut it. So you're just going to find your 4 lines, and we're going to burnish them together. All right. Now see, when it comes together, it will lay flat, and you don't have to glue it. You could put a dot of glue, but I don't really think I need to. Now, if you want a handle, you don't have to, but if you're going to put a handle on it, it goes in these side sections, and I kind of would do it now. It's easier to do it now than try and get your measurements correct, because we've got a 1 3/4 of an inch space, 1 inch high, so I want to go 1/2 inch. Yeah, 1/2 inch. And in the center. I'm just going to eyeball this center-ish. Should be around 3/4. Then over here, next to your tab. So 1/2 inch and 3/4. Hello, and these are good to put your doggy treats in, Kim. If your doggies are getting Christmas presents. I did use my big hole, the biggest one. There it is. I couldn't see it on Santa's belly. You can't see it on my belly either. Just kidding. It's that time of year. And I'm using this. Now all we want to do is fold over the piece with the flap, or the hinge, I mean. Okay, this is your last chance to burnish everything if you need to. Think we're good? We're good. Those should line up very nice. Now, if you don't want that sticking up, you can just put a little dot of glue, but it doesn't need it. Okay, one must on the side because I like things square. Let's do the bottom. Now, this is where, if you want, you could actually put, I would glue a 1 3/8 by 3 7/8 piece of lightweight chipboard if you need it stronger. And I glue it onto here because getting your hand in there is going to be hard. So I would glue it so and it's smaller. I just glue it right here if you need some extra weight on your gift bag. And I know a lot of you have followed me for quite a long time. You know I do that. I've done that with other gift bags in the past. Okay, those don't go all the way over. They're not supposed to. Like I said, it's going to be, I used to have, I still do, I just don't know where I put it. My long-handled wooden thing to get in there. I'll just use my long-handled paintbrush. Now, see this one, you can see how much taller. And my soap will actually fit better. So that gives me more room. So if you need it taller, just adjust this stretch. I mean, this stretch. I don't know. If you want the stretch model, you can make it taller by adjusting where you score. The ribbon. I think I took a 12. No, it's more like an 18-inch piece. I didn't do eyelets. You definitely can, depending on the occasion or what you're using your bags for. If you need them to be a little fancier. I'm just going to tie a knot. I guess we didn't need quite 18. 12 inches might do it, especially if you're kind of being frugal. We'll tie another knot. If nothing else, put a note on there and say, return my ribbon when you're done. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. How many of you keep ribbon off your packaging? Sometimes it comes pretty nice. I have, it's Holly Jolly, and it's Holly Jolly from Simple Stories. It was my leftovers. I've got some pretty nice ribbon, like off sheet sets. Yeah, they put some nice ribbon. So there we go. And then to decorate, I'm going to take one of these tags. I'll write to and from. It's nice to have all these extras, and we don't always think of using them. But there's no sense in running up to the store and buying gift tags. Especially when you have these. I'll just punch another hole. I'll use the smaller. I didn't grab twine. So I will take twine actually, and this one I'm going to tie around here and it can hang off the side. The other one, after I put to and from, I just glued it here. You could even use just an eyelet, or you can tie it with string up to there. Now you can get these all ready and then put your matching gift tags and set them aside, and you're ready. You're ready to for gift giving. Okay, there's our number 2. Now the third one. Oh yes, I made. Oh, that's our. Oh, I see. I've been making them. I forget. I put them inside of each other. This is our big one, and this is the one that I resized so it would fit the Star album. And so mine's kind of coming apart because I was regluing, retaping. And this one, again, I just made out of the cardstock. And I know I don't, because we used so much of it last night. Because it's good to use 2 pieces that are the same, if you have it. So let me see what I have here. I do. I'm still working on some things with the December daily for next year. Okay, we want to go ahead and cut these. I need to move some of my stuff here. I'm going to use the same that I used before. I'm going to take the header off. So this isn't, well, sometimes you have scraps though, of full sheets of paper. It's our movie night. See, I'm just like you guys. I write them in my books and then I lose them. There we go. So we have 2 12 by 12s. These are for our large ones. And we've got the same problem, which is, do you want this to come over this way and just hide that on the inside? Or do you want it this way for your fold over? It did that, so it just turned out I was lucky. Tickets on the inside, so it looks cute. Or you can just go with it and see how it turns out. So we can do that. But I'm going to be smarter this time, I think. You know, we may come back to this one. I don't know what I did on my instructions. I actually, no, we're not going to come back. Let me take this off. I resized it and I forgot to write it down. And I thought I better not glue this down because I did a resizing. We better, I'm so glad I didn't. Or we'd be doing surgery here. So you get to do the resizing right here with me, guys. Okay. So we're going to do our first score here. We're just going to follow this at 1.5. I don't know why I didn't write that down. That is so crazy. And then this one is at 7 5/8. So 1.5 and 7 5/8. It does have a big bottom. Of course it does. It's scrapbook paper. It has a big bottom. Sorry, that's not funny. I know. Okay. So we're going to score at 3 and 9. 3 and 9. Set down below there. Okay, so your first one, let me repeat those. 1 and 1/2. And again, if you need this taller, make this smaller at the top. 1 and 1/2. 7 and 5/8. And then turn and score at 3 and 9. Our second one is a little different, but let's start here. We're going to still score at 1.5 because the top has to match. So weird I didn't write any of that down. And 7 5/8. Then we'll turn to the other 12-inch side and score at 3 and 9. Okay. I'm going to start with this one. And it looks like, ooh, let's see what happens there. You can have, that'd be kind of cute, tickets sticking out, or I'll go with the plaid on the outside. So that means I need to burnish this towards the plaid. So the piece on the inside that you want showing, we'll do that in a minute. So the outside of my box, will be plaid, like my original one. Now you've got some adjustments here too. Still, I'm afraid that might be too wide. It's not. It just looks wider to me. I don't know why. Okay. Let's do that same thing again. I'm just going to burnish this both ways for the top to break those fibers. Then I'm just going to burnish together. And burnish this one together. Now for the bottom, this first one.
You need this here.
Oh, it fell, yeah. No, you can put it on the table. We're going to cut out these two side squares. You're going to completely cut them out. Guys, I still think this is going to be a different size. We may just... Let me see something here before we go. It is. It's 9 1/8. This is not a hard fix. Okay. Sorry, it's not 7 5/8. That was the finish. So go ahead and score it at 9 1/8. And I'm just going to, we're just going to take that. So let's score this one at 9 1/8. Because remember, I made it longer and I didn't account for that. I just need a piece of my packaging. This is a gift bag. We're not discarding this. And it's on the bottom, so nobody will see. Okay, now let's do the right score line. The 9 1/8. That's much better. Now you can keep it at the other. You can keep it the other length, but your box will be shorter. Okay. I'm gonna kind of rub our 7. Ignore that 7 5/8. Now it is 7 5/8 if that's down, but I didn't account for that. So we'll just fix it with our packaging tape. And the other measurements are the same. And you can't really tell here in a moment. Now I just need to recut this up to that 9 1/8 of an inch score line. There we go. Man, it's snowing outside and it has warmed up. It's hot.
Your heater off.
It's not on. No heater today. Okay. We are back in business. Oh yeah, you can use lightweight chipboard. I would definitely just pop my lightweight chipboard in there. All right, let me cut this off so it's even. Looks good. Much better. Okay, this one. Now I can there it is. Hard to see. Just kind of push that out. Just remember what side is going to be your outside. Yeah, you just cut a piece that's a little bit smaller and tape it, or I mean glue it right down if you need a heavier bottom. We don't need any more of those, do we? But we just need them for our gifts. Okay. Find the correct one. There's the 9 1/8. I got a glue there. So for this one, we need tabs. And I'm cutting from the side. See, so it will. How about I get in camera? Sorry, guys, I'm just in my own little world today. We're cutting in from the side. Kind of hard to see. Like so. Angle those. Get rid of that bent corner. Hard to see. Now, if you want that lightweight piece of chipboard on this bottom, just cut a lightweight piece that's like 2 5/8, and then your bag is 6 inches. So 5 7/8 by 2 5/8, and literally glue it here. Let me see if I have a piece I can show you, but I can show you a paper. Even your heavier cardstock or your artisan. Let me show you. I'm kind of looking for a scrap, but I'm not seeing one. So you can even use artisan. I'm going to go 2 5/8 by 5 3/4. I just want it to add some extra weight there to strengthen the paper. And literally, I would just glue it. It doesn't matter either which piece you put it on, whether it's the piece with the tabs. Well, hi, Anne-Marie. The piece with the tabs or the piece without the tabs, it won't matter. But it will, see, it will make it so much stronger if you've got something heavy in there. Okay. Now, this piece, he's my broken piece. It's going to sit right on top of there. So see, it will hide your chipboard anyway. If you put this piece on top, you're going to see it in the bag is the only thing, but this will make sure you have it nice and covered. Now you can make this whole bag out of artisan cardstock. Just don't do the fold over because you don't need it. And you'll just have a nice longer bag. Okay, let's put that in there in between. Make our bottom. So now you can see how this will make a bag. I'm going to bring my little taped edge in. Then this is going to cover the rest of it, my little boo-boo that happened. Go. Now, right here, you could cut that off. I didn't. I'm just going to layer them on top. If you wanted to take this square out, you could. It would be short enough. You would pop it in there, or you can pop it in there now, like so. But you're still going to have to glue down those sides. So either one, you can glue it on top of there, or you can pop it in there. Okay. Now, if you're going to pop it in there, I would just do it this way. That way, it saves you from getting glue everywhere. And it's going to kind of hold it in place. They're not going to be even, but that's okay. Now, this one, we'll have to get our hand in there. And I need to trim off some bottom. And get my extras. And then how cute is this to have your gift bag if you're going to use the same paper if you can. That would be adorable. Mine going, yeah, they're kind of going the opposite direction, but that's okay. Want to get just a little bit of glue under that tab. Same thing. You can, oh yeah, that's a lot. That gives it a lot more body. Even just cardstock. So hey, you can just put cardstock under there, guys. Handle, no handle. Do it the same way as we just did this one. Just punch your hole. And if you want this to stay down a little bit, just a little bit of glue. And then you can decorate your gift bag. Like I said, if you do it this way, these aren't going to be even. So if that bothers you, you can add some decorations here to cover that with any of your leftovers. Even these cute little words, like may your heart be light, I would add glue. Add just a cute little word sentiment like that, and it doesn't even show. And unwrapping the gifts. And then you don't even notice that they're off a little bit from folding over. Okay, there is our bigger one. We've got not glue yet. So we've got our bigger one. our medium one, and our teeny one. Look how cute these are. And guys, it didn't even take us an hour. And it would take you less time. Then you can just keep them all till you're ready to fill them full of gifts. So this next one, though, is going to take us a little bit longer. This is the one I used the Winnie the Pooh Christmas with. And we do want to map this one separate. I want to make some room. And I don't even know what paper I'll use, but you must empty the garbage. Like I said, this one I do punch a hole and add a bow, but it's the same as he moved my other one. Anyway, these are going to be filled with you know, the movie time candies, because we're having this special event tonight at the house. And this will also fit. Let me show you. So the little one we made, if you're going to use that as a gift, it will fit in there. And then you can put lots of fun little treats. And this one I didn't try, but I'm going to try. No, just a little bit. This one's too big. So our little one will fit though. So we are going to do this one out of cardstock and matting. And then the ribbon, I grabbed this from the warehouse. We do have it. How cute is that? But I don't think I'm going to do Winnie the Pooh this time because I have about used all of that too. All right, let's get out our cardstock because you want this one. This one is a nice one. And this is one you could even put homemade stuff in there. Just line it with your wax paper or put it all in the plastic baking bag. And you don't have to add a bow. But this one, I cut our inside tabs too big and it didn't want to stay. Plus the bow looks so cute with this, with the Winnie the Pooh. Okay, so we need 2 pieces of cardstock. Sorry, I just need to check this one because if I don't have to cut into a new one, I don't. So this one is a little more involved. It will take us a little bit longer, and I'm hoping we can get through it so that we can also make that little box. Okay, 2 pieces, and they're going to be 9 1/8. 9 1/8. Man, I'm throwing everything today. I'm sorry. Don't mean to. And 11 7/8. We just need to take a little bit off. So 9 1/8 and 11 7/8. Okay, is anybody making this with me? Because I want to give you time to cut your paper if you are. I had gray. I keep forgetting my gray cardstock also goes with some of these winter collections. Oh, hopefully we're not going to have the dogs barking. Okay, then we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get this scored with you. And I'm sorry, we've got a dog barking, so I was going to hang on a second, but she's calmed down. Okay, so we want to put our 11 7/8 at the top first. And we're going to score it 3, 8 1/8, and 11 1/4. So again, that's 3, 8 1/8, and 11 3/4, or 11 1/4. Then we're going to turn this. And now my 9 1/8 is across the top of the scoreboard. And we're going to score 5 5/8, and 8 5/8. And the reason I'm scoring back this way is I need these sections to be exact. And we're going to do that again with our 11 7/8 at the top of the scoreboard. 3, 8 1/8, and 11 1/4. And turn so that your 9 1/8 is now at the top of the scoreboard. And we'll score 5 5/8 and 8 5/8. So that was 5 5/8 and 8 5/8. Is everybody doing okay? Okay. Now, let me put this back on. And let's go ahead and burnish all of the score lines so we can see them a lot better. Artisan is great for this. You're going to have nice, heavy boxes. I'd say use your scrap artisan, but we don't have scrap artisan. I think we're all so careful with that. Okay, we'll cut the first one, but we are going to cut these all exactly the same, and well, both pieces the same. So if you want to make an assembly line, that kind of helps too. So down here, this little tab, we're going to take this tab completely off. That's really sticky on there. Oh, I almost threw my rag in the garbage. Okay, I want to cut into there at an angle. Now we're going to cut here. I didn't burnish this one. Want to make sure we burnish that. Okay, because this is like the bottom. So I want you to go straight up your score line. Trying to so I can straighten this out. Get rid of that bump. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now we're going to come over to this little square, excuse me, and we want to miter there and miter there. So that's what it's looking like so far. Is everybody okay? We're going to do this side still. Just kind of like take your little pie shape. And let's go ahead and burnish the score lines on this one. We want to do those all together. This is my second sheet. And that way we have one to look at before we put it together. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's take this, the take this one off first. Let's take him off. Oh, you know what? I just cut mine wrong. I went to the wrong side. I didn't burnish this bottom piece. That's why. That's okay. Sorry, I'm just going to cut me a new one. I apologize. I should burnish all my lines so I can see them. So if you're just coming, you get to see me score again. So 9 1/8 by 11 7/8. I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's try this one more time. And I will use that other one for tags. Hi, Linda. So I'm going to score again with 11 7/8 across the top at 3, 8 1/8, and 11 1/4. And I'm going to turn now. Whoops. So the 9 1/8. I'm sorry. I just have to check the warehouse here real quick. Nope, we're good. Warehouse is fine, she said. Okay. Then on the 9 1/8 inch side, it's at 5 5/8 and 8 5/8. All right, let's do this right this time. Let's burnish that first so I remember. You want to start, excuse me, we want to start cutting on the end that does not have the score line on the side, if that helps. Well, I know it helps me. Excuse me. Okay. Now I'll cut it right. Wrong side again. I need to make sure I'm cutting the side without these guys. So we're going to just take this right off. Now I can cut straight up. We can miter that tab so it will lay better. And really on this one, you don't have to make it any stronger. It's pretty strong. I'm just going to clean that up. Remove my score line from there. We want to keep this top and bottom square. Now let's take this little square out. And let's just make our little pizza wedge. Okay. Because how we're going to do this is going to attach together with these tabs. So we need to be able to attach this together, but we don't want this in the way. Okay. I'm going to show you. So we are going to take this one and burnish that down really well, and then make sure you are good oh, here on the side so that nothing is in your score line. And we are going to glue this down. And if there's, I'm sorry, if there's any questions, I'm not watching the comments right at this moment to make sure I don't mess this little guy up. So we'll do this again on one side has the flap. This side we want down. We want to furnish that really well. This becomes like our top. I know it seems weird. Now what we want to do is measure. So we want to measure our square. It's 3 inches. I'm just going to put my ruler where this score line is, and the score line here is 3 inches. So let's make a mark at 1 1/2. Now let's do that with this one. And make a mark at 1 1/2. Okay. Keep that handy. Now I need to get my, what I call, remember how we scored, what did we score the first? Oh, we scored that explosion box. We scored it kind of at an angle to make it pinch in. And see, this is what we're going to do here. So the top has that finished fold over. We want to be able to manipulate it like so. So what we want to do here is I want you to take your scoring tool and a ruler. You know, this is at the top. These are like our tab guys. We'll do this in a second. So kind of ignore that for right now and put it in the corner. And because we can't score it in the scoreboard, we just have to use kind of like our scoring tool. Now we're going to bend that right there. Bend it both ways. I always let it just go which way it wants to go first. And then I make it go the opposite direction so we can kind of break those fibers. See, we want it to bend just like that. Does everyone see that okay? And then we want this tab left here, because we're going to use that to slide into this little notch. So at the tip, you're just going to go a hair to the left, a hair to the right. We're just making a little slit or notch. Let's kind of bend this back this way. And then let's cut that off. Okay. How's everybody doing? Is everybody okay? It's really not hard. Okay, let's do this one. And we've already got it glued down. Sorry, I'm also having to check the warehouse. So that's why I kind of slowed down for a minute. They're shipping today. They're getting all your wonderful orders out while we do our tutorials. Okay, same thing. Corner of the box where we marked it at 1 1/2 inches. Thank goodness we can communicate though. And that way I can do tutorials with you. And again, just seeing which way it wants to go. And then let's bend it the opposite direction. You could use lighter if you wanted cardstock than the Artisan, but if you really want to put anything substantial in here, I wouldn't. Now we just kind of want to get, yep, we want to get our shape there. And that is, again, the shape we're looking for. Okay, so I want to give you guys a minute to catch up. Now you can kind of see, whoops, if it's not upside down here, our box is, but it might be upside down. And this is where we are going to have to maybe rescore, but we're fine. Sometimes, when I say not rescore, but reburnish, just fold it the opposite direction. But that is not the case here, so we are good. Now you can see how our box is going to fit together. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, and then just like that, we will be ready. Oh, I didn't cut my notch. That's what looked different. I'm not even measuring in, just a little to the left, little to the right. Just take a snip with your scissors. That's going to be for this top piece to set in. Cut it off. Nobody will see it. And then clean up any areas. Now we do want to mat this. And I did not write down my matting pieces. So let me get you some measurements. We're going to cut 2 pieces that are going to be I'm going to go 5 3/8. Actually, I'm going to start with 5 1/2 and 5. And I'm just going to continue on using the Holly Jolly, the Simple Vintage Holly Jolly, because that is what's sitting here. And once again, I'm going to cut it and we'll trim it. We'll see. Yeah, 5 1/2. Let's go 5 1/2 by 5. My height is 5. You just need 1 piece. And 5 1/2. This is actually very pretty for this. Okay, guys, 5 by 5 1/2 is good. So you don't want to, I mean, if you want to double mat, if you're going to do anything super, super fancy, then you can go ahead and cut this smaller. So if you wanted to do gold, maybe this is like a main important gift, then you can go ahead and, well, you can definitely do it however. All right, I just helped her with her orders. Let's go ahead and glue these down. So our sides are going to be 3 by 5. They should be 3 by 5. So we're going to double check that. And then I've got green. Okay, we'll go with it. And we need 2 of those. Then let me show you the little top piece. So this little top piece, I cut it also at 3 by 5.5. So it's 3 by 5.5. So we need a different paper. This is a different one. So different way. Of course, this I can use each direction. So just need a little piece. And we want 2 of those. Those are going to be on the top, and then I will put like the decorative sticker or something on the top there. But we're going to definitely mat these first. Otherwise, it is difficult. And you should see my other calendar. I have like stacks of these because the grandkids stuff are going to go in these. We don't need to do the bottom, but we need to do the sides. Check that fit. Oh, it's the black on the bobble, and it looked like it was cut, but it's the black on the bobble on the black cardstock, so it was deceiving. So we need the 3 pieces then to mat. 3 by 5.5 at the top, 5 by 5.5 on the side, and then again 3 by 5. It's Friday. I have the fumbles. Oh, Kim, thank you. I don't know how I popped that up on the screen, but thank you. Oh, I know what the problem is, you guys. I just looked over at the calendar. It's Friday the 13th, for heaven's sake. Isn't that weird? Friday the 13th in December. You might want to cut that just a hair short of 3. So that's why I can't seem to get my in groove here. Oh, that's too funny. Well, who else knew it was Friday the 13th? I didn't. So that's crazy. Did we even get a Friday the 13th in October this year? I don't think we did. Okay. That's all the matting there is to it. And nice and heavy. Now what we want to do is we want this corner in the left, this one in the middle, because we're going to attach on that 1/2 inch. So we want to make sure we are matching our score lines for when this folds. That's one reason I bend this back and forth. So if it's not quite the right direction when we go to put the box together, well, we've already broken those fibers and it shouldn't be so hard to move. I love this paper. So 1950-ish for me. I like it. Now, if you want, to put a ribbon in here, see, these are going to be, these fold down. It's better to poke your holes now. Now, you don't have to, because the box will stay shut. And that's why we cut those little tabs. Mine's off center, but when I made the bow, it didn't look off center. So if you do want a ribbon, it's better to do it now. So go ahead and measure, and I push that 1/2 inch tab back. It's 5 inches. So let's come up here because it needs to be, because you will have to punch the hole in there. Did I put it back? I did. So we want to punch a hole at 2.5 inches and about halfway on your 1/2 inch tab. No, it's 5.5. I'm sorry. So 2 3/4. All right. And now we can punch a hole, and I would do the bigger one. And then that way you don't have to fight with it after it's put together. And so ask me how I know. I had to fight with it. I'm like, no, we're going to do it this way, the correct way this time. If you don't have the big bite, it's so worth it. Got my holes, we're good. Now we're just going to connect our sides. Got some. So you might want to cut it just a hair short of 5.5. It looks like. Or you want to lay down your matting correctly. And like me, and it's hanging over the edge. Such an easy fit. And we're just going to fold this in half like so. Keep your tabs out of the glue. Yeah, so make your this piece a little shorter than 5.5. You could even go 5 3/8 and you'd be good. Now, those are going to push in. See how it comes together? It's so cool. But let's do the bottom first. Now, I forgot the piece to mat the bottom. And it's going to be another 3. And you do want to mat the bottom. So let's go ahead, cut that piece for here. And I will cut it, here, just a minute. Let me mute you guys. Okay, I'm back. So I am going to cut this one a hair short of 5.5, and it's going to be a hair short of 3. It's like a 16th difference. So sorry, I forgot the bottom. Much better fit. It doesn't matter which one. You just want to make sure when you put it together that that will be the flap that hangs over. Yeah, things like this I love because then you're going to show up at the parties or you're going to be the gift giver. This doesn't take much time. It takes less time if you're not working with the warehouse or whatnot, but they come together actually pretty fast. So we're going to put our inside tabs down first. And because we've been on for 2 hours and I have to work, I'm going to actually be I'll do another video. It won't be today or tomorrow. We actually have some outings planned. So Monday or Tuesday, we will do that cute little gift card box. I'll show it to you at the end. I'll see, there we go. You need that. Time to get I have the wooden dowels. I need to get them out. And then all you're going to do, so that should go to the inside, just like a milk carton. And then, let's pull them out. Okay, this will take you a few times. Trust me. It doesn't just happen. We're going to get it into those slots. And it can be a pain in the neck. If you need to, you shouldn't have to cut them any bigger. You're just going to have to work it. I had to do this on my other boxes. This is what took me the longest. There we go. But once you get them there, they know it's their home. And they'll start behaving. Separate first. Now, the other ones aren't. The other ones, now that I've been opening and closing them, putting things in there, they're fine. There we go. But it's a great way to keep that closed. But again, so I had picked this because I was going to use it with Winnie the Pooh, but I think it's okay with this. And I'm going to go ahead and get my pokey tool and we're going to put it on. So I don't have to go looking for another ribbon. Actually, our little flower tool will work better. Or you can use, if you have those big crafting needles. All right. So I brought my bow over to the front. I'll turn this in just a minute because I want to now cut my ribbon basically to match. So just pull it so it's at the front. Twist it at that point so you get your polka dots both on the outside. And then play with it for a while and get frustrated. Don't forget those two things. You have to do those, which I need to fix it better, but that's okay. But now I do want, this is just too green. We have to put some cute things. So we've got Santa. Hey There Santa, I still have that I had not used. Very cute. And I like this box because if it's under the tree, unless you're a beagle, You're not going to get into it because I put the ribbon on there. It's on there pretty good. Now, if you're making, oh, there goes my drawer. If you're making the December daily, you'll have this paper collection, but you're going to want more. So I pulled this up because this is just adorable. If you love this era, and I do, it's just magical. And then you can again take your cards here. Gift layaway would be just adorable with this, so let's use that one. Like I said, I always get extras of these from their Christmas collections, and also Doodlebugs, because they have these, and they're the best gift tags. And if you want to make them sticky, just put a little score tape on the back, and you're good to go. And I love that it says layaway. Who remembers Kmart layaway, guys? Oh, then you can write on the back. That was my favorite, especially with 4 kids. It's like, honey, I'm going to the layaway. So again, you can do a string. I am just right now going to do a temporary because I want to be able to write on it. And there is your gift bag. We made it. We made it. Now this measures what? It's 5.5 inches. Yep, and the blue light specials, those were the best. My mother was always in there waiting for those because I remember getting my jammies. Okay, I have to do the bottoms of these too. I'll put that back later because you know what? I have to fill that one. But I need to cut my polka dot. We do have this polka dot ribbon in stock. And I just did it the wrong direction. There we go. After all, it's Friday the 13th. I know, those days were so wonderful. And you know what happened? We had our very first Kmart, and I think I was 3. So I still get, my ring still aggravates it. Who remembers the displays and the real old trains, but they were metal? I put my finger up on there on the display, and it's still on my, well, it's always going to be, there's a big scar here. The train ran over, just a little train, but that's when they were real. They had metal wheels, and it cut my finger. We went to the hospital, and it was the grand opening of the Kmart, and I was probably 3 or 4, and I reached up there. I was going to get that train. And I remember Kmart giving my mother a gift certificate. They were pretty upset, and I'm like, I don't care. I got to play with the train. That's all I wanted. And yeah, cut my finger off. Almost cut my finger off. Okay, there is our cute little box. We'll play with that bow later, or you can just let it hang. Guys, thanks for joining me again today. I can't believe we've got through all 5 projects. We've got all of our gift bags. We've got a cute doodle bag. Look at all these gifts. We've got our little memory album, and we have our star album, and I'm forgetting something, aren't I? 3. There was one more. What was our other project? See how easily I forget? Okay, well, then I'll probably go live one day next week because this is a really fun, this is my prototype gift card holder for hot cocoa and your gift card. And I want to get this one made with you guys, but I can't do it then until Monday. And I can't wait. Some of you do follow me on my personal Facebook page. So I can't wait till you see what we're doing for the what I'm doing tonight. It's going to be super cute, and you're going to see all of these gift boxes around, but they're all poo. I did all poo for the kids. Oh yeah, we made which I want to get that finished, our cute explosion box. So how can we forget that? So be sure if you missed any of the episodes that you just go back to Monday and you will get all of these projects that I did this week. And it's been so much fun. Yes, we have a New Year's Eve crop. It is free. It is done on our conjunction with Scrapbookers, but we do it on its own private group. And we have a super fun theme this year. I've got all of the designers, we've got some super fun projects. So if you don't have anything to do New Year's Eve, join us. It'll start 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on New Year's Eve, and then it goes all day New Year's Day. So we're doing it a little bit different this year. Some people say they travel and they always miss it. So we changed it a little bit to start our New Year's Eve crop online to start on the, I don't even know what day it is. Hell, I won't even try. But it'll start the 30th. Oh, thank you. Jacqueline just posted our link, and then we will be doing a lot of fun projects for you there for the new year. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week. I know I will, because I can't stay away from crafting. Bye-bye, everybody.